In a world with Godzilla and King Kong, it's sometimes easy to forget about the possibilities of new monsters. The new monster that has mostly kept hidden in the shadows of production for the last half a year or so, Camazots, has finally come out in the open for us to explore thanks to the Legendary Films comic panel that we have gotten a lot of new information on the MonsterVerse from. So we are going to break down these images along with discussing what the creators of this Godzilla vs. Kong prequel story revealed about this graphic novel. So let's not waste any more time, let's get to it. Before we get in depth on Camazots, let's quickly go over the new human character who will no doubt have a large part to play in this story, primarily against Camazots, I would assume. With no official name announced just yet, this female jet fighter pilot is going to be a part of a team of fighter pilots that will eventually take on Camazots and maybe more monsters. I just want to take some time to point out how good the art is in these images being revealed for the Kong graphic novel. This just reminds me of the Halo jump scene from Godzilla 2014, and I personally love the direction in this art design. Looks real to me, yet emotional and downright stunning. Everything you want. Back to the female pilot. I'm getting this vibe from this picture here that Camazots is going to have some sort of psychological battle with this chick. It was stated in the panel that if Rodan equals fire, Ghidorah equals electricity, Godzilla is atomic energy, and so on, that Camazots is a monster of darkness. Even being quoted as saying, Camazots is the embodiment of nightmares. Sure, it looks like the pilot is having a nightmare right here, and I'll just leave it at that. Side note though, I'm happy that this pilot woman hasn't been made to be some woke looking character. What do you know, attractive women are real too. Enough of that though, let's get to the good stuff. Camazots! The designers of this new bat monster wanted the beast to represent everything that is evil, so yeah, Camazots is a villain confirmed. Looking into the design of this big bat bastard, you can see that his skin resembles some form of armor plating. The way it looks like there are individual pieces that overlap one another is super cool looking, and will definitely make Camazots that much more difficult to defeat. In the released image of Camazots that surfaced a while back now, it looked like the bat was going to have spikes all over his wings and body, and now we finally have a detailed look at these bad boys. They look deadly. You wouldn't want to have Camazots swing his wings at you with these sharp-ass horns sticking out from them. Even the bat's tail is covered in these menacing spikes. Looking into the face of this monster, you can really see that he is gonna be a real jerk. That's just not the face of someone who wants to give you hugs. His eye is glowing with fury. It's snarling at the incoming fighter jets with pure hate, and those teeth look disgusting. You'll also notice how his left horn has been broken off. Now this is probably just a nice little design element put in place to make the monster look more scary, but I think it's just cool to see that the bat's body shows injuries and grotesque physical features as well. As for the size of Camazots, it's hard to tell for sure, but if you use the jets that are flying around as references, I think it would be safe to say that Camazots will be a size similar to Mothra from King of the Monsters. Not entirely massive like Godzilla, but definitely a worthy size for epic battles. I would imagine we will see Kong face off with this monster at one point, so it will be nice to see how that happens with Kong's growing size. Speaking of these fighter jets, look at what's taking them all out in the background. Yep, more bats. It appears like Camazots will have his own army of much smaller bats that will be aiding him in his conquest. A while back I made a video talking about the leaked set footage for Godzilla vs. Kong where it appeared like these humans were firing their guns at something in the sky. Now, machine guns aren't gonna do crap to a fully grown titan, but perhaps they were firing at more of these smaller bats. That would make sense to me at least. However, I don't personally think that Camazots and his bats will make it out of this graphic novel alive. I do think that Kong, along with the help of this fighter pilot woman and all else involved, will eventually destroy the bat and all who follow him. But that's just my thoughts on the matter. At the end of the day, this single glimpse at Camazots, with the dogfighting taking place, the epic shots of Camazots roaring, and the eerie vibes coming from the dark setting and that crescent moon, have got me more than amped for this graphic novel. Now I wonder if Camazots will only be able to come out at dark, or if the darkness follows him around. Just more questions waiting to be answered later this year, we hope? Alright, residents, so there you have it. A whole lot of MonsterVerse news came out this past week, and I can tell you that all the fans, myself included, are very appreciative and we want more. If you feel like I've earned it, consider subscribing to the channel and checking out more of our content. There have been some rumors going around that Godzilla vs. Kong will be delayed again, due to the art book and the kids book for the movie being postponed to May-ish next year. But I really wouldn't listen to that too much yet, guys. These actual legendary people in this comic panel, they said that they still aim to get everything out fall this year. And I'm gonna listen to the people that work for Godzilla vs. Kong more than just, a book has been moved? Oh, I guess that means the movie's gonna be moved too. Let's put it on the internet, it must be true. You never know what's gonna happen, so everyone just stay cool. As always, this has been Jacob, and peace out.